Sisters, Mrs. Gladys Bat Williams and Miss Dunstanet Macaulay, several nieces and nephews, grandchildren, grandnieces and nephews, great-grandnieces and nephews, other relatives and close friends at home and abroad. There will be a vigil at 3A Cold Street Coal Farm on Thursday the 25th of September at 7 p.m. Laying out is on Friday the 26th of September at 3A Cold Street Coal Farm from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and at the Faith Healing Bible Church Headquarters 6 Wormsley Lane off Berry Street from 12 noon to 12:45 p.m. Funeral services at the church at 1 p.m. Burial at the Congo Town Cemetery. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun. The family at home and abroad announces the death of their dearly beloved husband, father, grandfather, brother, uncle, cousin and friend, Mr. Hassan Amin Fahad of 17 Regent Road, Lumley, opposite Ecobank, who had his home called peacefully at his residence, 17 Regent Road, Lumley, on Monday the 22nd of September, aged 92. Funeral prayers will be said at the Lebanese International Cultural Center, King Hamad Road, on Thursday the 25th of September at 4 p.m. Burial at the Kingdom Cemetery. He is predeceased by his wife, Haja Nadia Fahad Sabag. Children, Ghassan, Faisal, Riyad, Muhammad Ali, Rima, Hunaida, Amin and Freehall. Numerous grandchildren at home and abroad. Brothers and sisters, Engineer Alhaji Kasim Fahad, Alhaji Yusuf Fahad, Malik Fahad, Abdullah Fahad, Dr. Halib Fahad in the UK, Samir Fahad and Nasser Fahad in the UK, Haja Zainab Fahad, Sabah Fahad, Haja Huda Fahad, Jamal Fahad and Iqbal Anta, nieces, nephews, and a host of relatives and friends at home and abroad. May Allah grant him eternal rest. The family announces the 40th day ceremony for the late Pa Ibrahim Jaila, which will take place on Sunday the 20th of September at his residence, 5 Ndoka Drive, Kokulbe, Abadi Road, at 2 p.m. All relatives and friends are cordially invited. Continue to rest in peace, Paila. You will be missed.
It's with profound sadness and heavy heart that we announce the death of our daughter, sister, cousin and friend, Assanatu Esther Cissé, commonly known as Twin, which took place in Tunisia on Friday, 10th September, age 32. She is survived by her mother, Mariam Momi Conte of Tree Planting, brother and sisters Aminata Cissé in the US, Yeno Cissé, Osanatu Cissé and Joseph. Uncle Kauta John Cissé, Abubakar Cissé, commonly known as John Bull, James Koda Cissé from Kamabala and Kasoya village. Close relatives, the Conte family, Cissé family, Bangura, Touré family, Kouma family, Kabia family, Punde family, friends and families of Tree Planting, Ferguson Street, New Englandville and Gloucester village. The memorial service of late Assanatu Esther Cissé will be on Sunday, the 28th September 2025 at the Jesus is the Answer Evangelical Ministry, 5 Joe Town, Gloucester Village, Freetown. Sympathizers may call on 033 323 708 or visit our former resident at Tree Planting.
The death is reported of Madam Princess Jonah, commonly known as Auntie Remy, of 1 Morgan Street of Kissy Road by Patton Street, aged 67. She is survived by children Hassan, Aliyu, Sami and Mohammed. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call at 1 Morgan Street off Kissy Road by Patton Street or call on 077 539 623.
Pilgrimage will cease. Soon our happy hearts will quiver with the melody of peace. Yes, we'll gather at the river, the beautiful river.
The death took place on the 19th of September of Master Altin Alitidius Maitland, aged 17. He survived by his father, Mr. Egerton Samuel Maitland, mother Miss Victoria Pitton Cole, stepmother Mrs. Priscilla Maitland, brother Valicius Maitland, sisters Linda Roberts, Paris Maitland and Isabella Maitland, several grandfathers, grandmothers, cousins, uncles, aunts, close friends and other relatives at home and abroad. Funeral service will take place at St. John the Evangelist Church, Brookfields, on Friday the 26th of September at 12 noon. Burial at the Kingdom Cemetery.
Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine, heir of salvation, purchase of God, born of His.
The death is announced of Joseph Vidal Bob Gray of 9 Backstreet Castle Farm, Kissy, which took place on Wednesday, the 3rd of September, aged 27. He survived by his mother, Mrs. Hawa Bob Gray, sisters Victoria Omotola Bob Gray and Mrs. Vidalet Alice Farmer, brother David Bob Gray, several grandmothers, uncles, aunts, cousins, close friends, and other relatives at home and abroad. Funeral service will take place at the New Apostolic Church, Kissy, Samuels, on Thursday, the 25th of September at 2 p.m. Burial at the Kissy Village Cemetery.
Angels descending, bring from above echoes of myrrh, all the day long.
The death is announced of the father, grand and great-grandfather and uncle, Mr. Sylvester Santigi Conte, commonly known as Pacote, aged 92. He died on the 5th of September. He survived by his children, Pastor Francis Conte, Mrs. Zainab C. Thomas, Miss Cecilia Conte, Mrs. Emma Tommy, Mrs. Miriam Koroma, Mr. Silvanus Conte, Miss Juliana Conte, and Mr. Matthew Conte in Germany. Several nephews, nieces, 38 grand and 30 great-grandchildren, in-laws, close friends, and other relatives at home and abroad. A vigil mass will be held on Thursday, the 25th of September at St. Anthony's Hall at 7 p.m. The body will be laid out at St. Anthony's Hall from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Friday the 26th of September, followed by funeral mass at St. Anthony's Church at 1 p.m., burial at the Kingdom Cemetery.
Down, sinking down. When I was sinking down beneath God's righteous frown, Christ laid us.
Now my book's gone and closed. All my deeds are for show. So I lie here and wait for that day. I'm so scared.
The death is announced of Mr. K.B.J. Conte of 219 Locust Housing Drive 2 Kisii, which took place on Sunday the 21st of September, aged 77. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call at 219 Locust Housing Drive 2 Kisii or call on the following numbers: 078 591 138 or 099 476 411.
But this is all up to Allah. He sent his angel of death. My time has come. Now I'm calling.
Peace like a river attendeth my way. When sorrows like sea billows roll.
The death is reported of Fatmata Kone, a former third-year student of IPAM, aged 27. She is survived by her father, Hassan Kone, mother Musu Kone, close friend Thomas Yambasu of the Assemblies of God Church family, New Life of Laka. Other relatives, the Kone, Kooma, Kalon, Yambasu, Kamara, Sano, Rogers, and Koya families at home and abroad. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call on 076 746 329 or 076 241 894.
Ten should buffet, though trials should come. Let this blessed assurance control.
The Toka family announces the death of Mrs. Adama Toka Ninyuma, who died on the 15th of September, aged 48. She is survived by her husband, Dadson Toka, children Mrs. Ernestine Bangura, Ernestina, Patricia, Michael, Samuel, Eric, and Darlington. Stepmother Massa, brothers and sisters Tamba, Henry, Sa, Joseph, Kumba, and Marian, uncles, aunts, nieces, nephews, in-laws, grandchildren, and the rest of the family at home and abroad.
He lives, oh, the bliss of this glorious thought. My sin not in part, but the whole.
The family at home and abroad announces the death of Mr. Robert Eustace Milton Williams, also known as Okrimo, which took place in Maryland, USA on the 19th of September, formerly of 21 Hannah Benkakoka Street. He is survived by his siblings Ernest in Manchester, UK, Veronica and Daphne in Maryland, USA, Philip in Perth, Australia. Relatives include Avril Rule, several cousins, nieces and nephews at home and abroad. Other family members, the Williams, Coker, John and Savage families of Hastings and Greater Freetown, the Thomas, Chatham, Matthews and Logan families of Benguma and York, the Nichols, Martin, Beckley, Fraser and John families at home and abroad. Other funeral arrangements will be announced later.
The trumpet shall sound, and the Lord shall descend. Even so, it is well with my soul.
The death is reported of senior prophetess Marion Scott of the International Prayer Warrior Church and of Dallas driver Milton, formerly of 5D Water Street, Congo Town, Freetown. She died on Friday the 19th of September, aged 71. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call on mobile numbers 034154869 plus 15712069431, 077400131 or 076720791.
Peace be still. All the length of days, thy goodness faileth never. Good shepherd.
Funeral service for the dear wife, mother, grandmother, sister, aunt, friend, and in-law, Mrs. Fatmata Yari Darami, a nurse at the Slims Community Health Center, Wellington, formerly of 11 Johnson Drive, Ojukwu, Allentown, who died on the 7th of September, age 59, will take place on Friday, the 26th of September at God's End Time Prophetic Ministry, Ojukwu, at 1 p.m. Burial at the Miami Cemetery, Allentown. The body will be laid out at the church from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. A vigil will be held on Thursday, the 25th of September at God's End Time Prophetic Ministry at 7 p.m. She is survived by her husband, Idrisa Busu Darami, children Busu, Priscilla, Katumu, and Musu in Australia, Busu Jr. in the USA, and Aminat of McKinney, grandchildren Princess and Dasi Darami, Bash and Sia in Australia, Fode, Shekatu, Zainab, and Idrisa in Freetown, brothers, sisters, cousins, nieces, nephews, in-laws, and the rest of the family and friends at home and abroad. May her soul rest in perfect peace.
Silver spray, we will walk and worship ever all the happy golden days, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the
A loving memory of the dear father, grandfather, brother, uncle, and friend, Mr. William Jesse Moitihu Siafa, who departed this life on the 22nd of September 2015. Dad, it's been 10 years since you left us, but it seems like yesterday. We still feel your absence as sharply as ever. We still love and remember every moment with you. We love you, but God loves you best. Sleep and take your rest till we meet to part no more. Sadly missed by your darling wife, Mrs. Gloria Siafa in the USA, children and grandchildren at home and abroad. Continue to rest in perfect peace.
Oh my soul, what wondrous love is this? All is at rest. I and my Savior am happy and blessed, watching and waiting,
In loving memory of Alfred Hodgins Ronald Wilson, the 25th of September 2025 marks 2 years since you left for the great beyond, but your love and memories remain in my heart forever, deeply missed and always remembered. Father, in thy gracious keeping, live we now, thy servant sleeping, lovingly remembered by his widow, Enid Wilson.
praising my Savior all the day long. This is my river, gather with the saints at the river that
The death is reported of Mrs. Zainab Sise Kamara of 107 Quarry off by Bure Road, back of Hotel 510, Local Step Kisi. She died on Saturday the 20th of September, aged 72. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call at her residence, number 107 Quarry off by Bure Road, back of Hotel 510, Local Step Kisi, or call on mobile numbers 078 111 222 or 076 649 991. May her soul rest in perfect peace.
Blessed assurance, Jesus mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine. Heir of
The death is reported of June Eva Williams of 12 Thomas Street, Freetown. She died on the 19th September, age 58. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call at 45 Main Road, Congo Town, or call on mobile numbers 030-416-706 and 030-672-344. May her soul rest in peace.
this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. Shield me when I must die, remind me of thy passion when my last hour draws nigh. These eyes knew.
The death is reported of Desmond E.A. Cole, commonly known as Muke, of 7 Fisher Drive, Kokulbe. He died on Wednesday, the 17th of September, aged 24. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call at 7 Fisher Drive, Kokulbe, or call on mobile numbers 078 882 309 or 078 881 309. May his soul rest in peace.
Ye disconsolate, where ye languish, come to the mirth. Perverse and foolish oft I strayed, but yet in love he sought me.
A resurrection mass for dearly beloved husband, father, grandfather, uncle, and in-law, Mr. John and Ulahai, who died on the 19th of August, age 77, will be held on Friday, the 26th of September at the Holy Trinity Church, Kenema at 1 p.m. and on Saturday, the 27th of September at Our Lady of Victory's Church, Jeroen Town at 1 p.m. He will be buried at the family tomb in his hometown in Jeroen. He is survived by his loving wife, Mrs. Anne-Marie Gina Lahai. Children, Mrs. Ma Joan Dimon of Nassit Freetown, Mrs. Mania Teresa Lahai of DHMT Kenema, Mrs. Senia Lahai Boema of Apex Bank Sierra Leone Limited, Mr. Alama Josie Lahai, a private contractor, Mr. John Yaya Lahai of NMJD Kono, and Dr. Adima Bernadette Lahai of the PCMH. Several grandchildren, siblings, nieces, nephews, relatives, and friends at home and abroad.
Good Shepherd, may I sing thy praise within thy house. Wondrous love is this, O my soul. What wondrous love is this that caused the Lord of bliss to bear the dreadful curse?
The death is announced of Mr. Christian Mamadou Kamara of Dwazak, a member of the National Pentecostal Church, 4th Street, and head of radio operations at the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. He died on Monday, the 15th of September. He is survived by his wife, children, brothers, and sisters. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call at 14 Savage Street or call on 076 813 188 or 076 458 478.
Beside his crown, for my soul, Christ, it is well.
The death announced of Mr. Victor Kamara Taylor of 14 Pike Street, Brookfields, which took place on Monday, the 15th of September, aged 62. He survived by his children, Mrs. Christiana Idris, Victoria Kamara Taylor in the US, and Victor Kamara Taylor Jr. Brothers and sisters, Issa Kelvin Kamara, William Freeman of the Slbc TV, and Miss Josephine Freeman. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call at his residence, 14 Pike Street, or call on the following numbers: 032 746 224, 099 331 747, or 078 642 132.
Banana way, banana wow, banana slip pull mass, banana swap. Banana way, banana wall, banana slip pull mass, banana swap.
This Mickey J's beat.
Come and listen. Mago no like fishing. Why you quitting? Kalo no go bissing. I don't mix me. I don't miss me. Why the loneliness kiss me? Every part of me diss me. Be comfortable like this bit, affordable like fish cake. Why I able till this day? Every day for God please stay. Bad choice like pain, actors like dream. Wise words get steam. For cook it gets win. Not so cute pillow they don't they cry. Remember the prayer now you wait side. Don't make them fake you, then take you. Put corner that lily side. Humble like me now, on like fly. Ain't no good tina pay want the sky. Who that's one gets for sky. Double not do then head so high. For commode, you for sabi go. Watch where you dey mass, you for sabi good. What's a low, good. What's a low, you reach you, what's a low. Commode, you for sabi go. Watch where you dey mass, you for sabi good. What's a low, good. What's a low, you reach you, what's a low. I be stats, I dey go. I be real, be they fall. Now big hearts, now they know. I be agree, I didn't know. If you just give me like option, give me reduction, even in auction. If the chop that's in a fire, it better it burn before it rots in. Like when you going along, then you get for cross hits. Not the leader in a road, they wait for impossing. Bombe bridge, samba gotsa. Jack of all trade, for bread and butter. Hey me, yeah, ebo, yeah. For commode, you for sabi go. Watch where you dey mass, you for sabi good. What's a low, good. What's a low, you reach you, what's a low. Commode, you for sabi go. Watch where you dey mass, you for sabi good. What's a low, good. What's a low, you reach you, what's a low. So I promise now what's up for flask. It's a beef for come out for pass. For ton drink now, for mixing now. That's funny, it the inside glass. They rub boil by me with a splash. They say give a ceiling a chance. Me forehead sharp, me Jordan sharp. For fever like shine a glass. Just hurry home. Gladiator zone. Enemy no. In Waterloo. Just hurry home. Gladiator Amazon. Yeah. Enemy no. In what's a law? For commode, you for sabi go. Watch where you dey mass, you for sabi good. What's a law? What's a law? What's a law? Good. What's a law? You reach you. What's a law? Commode, you for sabi go. Watch where you dey mass, you for sabi good. What's a law? What's a law? What's a law? Good. What's a law? You reach you. What's a law?
The key for we nation, and we want the people make them build up in education, so that the skill go grow and the knowledge go expand, then leadership go rise up and then talent go they stand. Yeah. Performance align with the goal we set. Innovation go they flow with no regrets. Invest in the people at the real foundation. Human capital they drive the transformation. The only way where we go grow. The only way where this country go before. The only way where we go grow. The only way where we country go better. Human capital development strategy. Now we lifeline. Human capital development strategy. Now we lifeline. Human capital development strategy. Now we lifeline. Human capital development strategy. Now we lifeline.
Afumamino, Tilamino, Marinumbo, Tilamino. A human capital development strategy. And puto yantilaye. Zaitan, Sita Kiyote, Maranesu, Karamaranentofi.
Kohino, Imatsakalamanu Apa. For every heart, for every place, we stand Kirigba. If I hold you and you hold me,
It's a lie.
we gon' turn Kuruba.
Yeah, I will know. Your borders, yeah, I. Human capital development. Mo wala inabiyaga ilang Kenema kono. Amo ya go ya. Yeah, I will message ma. Mada kwe we are. Come we go, baby go. Benya de go, madam ya. Free education, madam ya. What it be like till I kono? What it be like till I what's a low? Mada kwe we are. Yeah.
Now human capital development strategy. For secure we future. Human capital development strategy. It go make we country grow. Now it's standalone strategy. It go make we country grow. Now it's standalone strategy. Human capital development strategy. Human capital development strategy. And for secure we future. And a strategic approach. We go impact skills and knowledge. We got to know it's a standalone strategy. Now it's standalone strategy. And the focus now for investing people. For drive growth, innovation and productivity. And that's they provide opportunities for we. That's now skill building, upskilling, reskilling. How you got the feeling?
Education and capacity building for the country better one. In the impact, knowledge and critical thinking and problem solving abilities. The president's the wise man with vision and innovation. He know exactly what we need.
Now human capital development strategy. For secure we future. Human capital development strategy. It go make we country grow. Now it's standalone strategy. It go make we country grow. Now it's standalone strategy. Human capital development.
If you see we can't get the progress, not the kind that way we get. Human capital development, not in vision, and it don't turn out to emission. Because enough for safe, for secure the future. If I invest on the people, and I invest in healthcare, education and capacity building, and a long-term investments, not a cosmetic, sustainable light and good road. Mother be don't do one for we, so that we can do one for the popularization
of the human capital development strategy. Of the human capital development, nice standalone strategy. The human capital development strategy for secure with future. Human capital development strategy. It gon' make we country grow. Nice standalone strategy. It gon' make we country grow. Nice standalone strategy. Human capital development strategy.
One eye no be rude guy, so you know I'm a rude guy. Yourself, you're a rude girl. When you move to the rhythm, on my heart just sitting green. Call me into your room now, I can show you what I deliver. Oh my chocolate, chocolate, chocolate skin girl. A chocolate skin girl. Oh my chocolate, chocolate, chocolate skin girl. A chocolate skin girl. Feel like Coca-Cola, taste like Fanta. Get your booty just too juicy. Give me something where you go cool my temper. My body too hot like a
shorty so bad, she's an ebony. She love the way I rub on her melanin. Ecstasy give me different kind of energy. She gon' overdose on my sugar cane. I'm down for making love. 60 rounds in my gun, then I make it pop. Mr. Candyman, I take you to the candy shop. Give me chocolate, I know you want my lollipop, yeah. Oh, the waist time, roll down your waistline. Show me now your type of behind. Jelly so sweet and delicious. Addicted, might need a return.
Oh, the waist time, roll down your waistline. Show me now your type of behind. Jelly so sweet and delicious. Oh my chocolate, chocolate, chocolate skin girl. A chocolate skin girl. Oh my chocolate, chocolate, chocolate skin girl. A chocolate skin girl. Feel like Coca-Cola, taste like Fanta. Get your booty just too juicy. Give me something where you go cool my temper.
Rap
My body too hot like this.
Come with the Henny and the Jack down, everybody locked down. For the way she da run town. She da sweep me like Poyo from upline. She da freak me like say I don't cook fine. She sabi connect to me bloodline. Oh wow, that's just a great sign. She no get side, she from uptown. The Jew get class, she from Cape Mount. Next door, close to Freetown. I saw the baby, they just the wrong town. From Kamakuya straight to Freetown. One girl they work for the big dog. She got a big bomb. She drop it like Hiroshima, I didn't know she's a time bomb. Hands down to her bum bum. She got me speaking tongue like she can lick it down.
Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate skin girl. A chocolate skin girl. Oh my chocolate, chocolate, chocolate skin girl. A chocolate skin girl. Feel like Coca-Cola, taste like Fanta. Get your booty just too juicy. Give me something where you go cool my temper. My body too hot like this.
Alone man and woman as a me. Let's do is sweet salon for well now we are. I say salon man and woman as a people. Waiting who is sweet salon for well now we are. Waiting do we sweet salon for well. Waiting do we sweet salon for well. I say salon man and woman as a people. Waiting do we sweet salon for well now we are. I say salon man and woman as a people. Waiting do we sweet salon for well now we are. Where we get we gold, where we get we diamond, where we get we iron or wife for well we. Where we get we rutile, where we get we bauxite. Fish in our water plenty, wife for well we oh. I say salon man and woman as a people. Waiting do we sweet salon for well now we are. I say salon man and woman as a people. Waiting do we sweet salon for well now we are. If petrol day, lights day na the whole country. Motoka they run up and no wife for well we. If parents get good pay, pikin go school. If teacher get good pay, on pikin then go land. I say salon man and woman as a people. Waiting do we sweet salon for well now we are. I say salon man and woman as a people. Waiting do we sweet salon for well now we are. Waiting do we sweet salon for well. Waiting do we sweet salon for well.
We are the national broadcaster, and I am Sulaiman Baba Toure, a reporter and presenter at the SLBC. Your voice, my voice.
From the commercial department, I am Regina Bangura. You are watching SLBC. Your voice, my voice.
I am Jonathan Turner, a reporter for Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, SLBC. As a reporter, I do stories on education, health, politics, and more. Stay glued with SLBC to watch my stories. Your voice, my voice.
Lucian Ganda, producer Wayus, and producer and presenter Christian Editions on TV. This is the SLBC.
I am William Wise, presenter Wayus and also reporter at the SLBC, and this is the SLBC.
I am Salma Tabak, television executive producer. I produce programs on both radio and television. I'm a news anchor, a presenter, an announcer on radio. I enjoy what I do because I serve a public service broadcaster. It's a pleasure to work with the SLBC. I am Tilly Koma, Head of News and Current Affairs Unit, Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Our news hour now covers several segments. We have entertainment, business, weather, sports, ferry schedule, and human interest stories, not forgetting politics. We are doing all that to keep you people posted on what's happening all over the country. Thanks for being with us at SLBC. Keep blue. We are the best.
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not reveal.
morning and a warm welcome to News Hour, coming to you live from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation on Channel 31. I am Esther Susanette Bassi. Coming up, government pays pilot WASSCE fees for thousands of affected pupils. Karata residents serious concerns over lack of proper dumping sites in the community. And a 40-foot container truck obstructs traffic flow at Kington roundabout. Well, these stories and more, including our segment, are all lined up in this edition. Please stay with us for the next hour. Welcome back. We'll start the bulletin with education. Thousands of pupils across the country who gathered at the MBSSC headquarters in Freetown registered appreciation after the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education confirmed to them that government has paid in full their private WASSCE fees because they could not write the May to June WASSCE 2025. Esther Nene Kamara has the details.
It was an exciting moment for these pupils as the message from the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education brought relief to them. It could be recalled that thousands of pupils across the country could not write the May-June WASSCE because their continuous assessment scores were not uploaded by their respective heads of schools, a criterion for one to write the WASSCE. According to the Deputy Minister to MBSSA, Mamosu Masakoi, the decision was part of government's commitment to ensuring inclusive education and equal opportunities for all pupils, regardless of the status of their schools. She emphasized that no child should be deprived of the right to education.
In the goodness and to demonstrate our continued political will of leaving no child behind, and in the support of the free quality education, His Excellency, the President, Dr. Julius Maada Bio, has kindly consented to ensure we are able to recapture those kids that were left out of the June 2025 examinations. And therefore, he has paid for all the children who were left behind, to include you in this private WASSCE of November 2025.
The Vice Principal, Sierra Leone Muslim Brotherhood, Joseph Fordekai, welcomed the move and described it as a timely intervention that has removed the financial burden on families. He called on pupils to take advantage of the move and study hard for the exam. Representatives of the targeted pupils lauded the move by the government.
I feel excited, I feel very happy, we all are, because this opportunity is very rare and we are very thankful to the government for paying for us to take part in this private examination.
We are well aware that it is an opportunity for us to prove ourselves and then do better things for ourselves, not only for the government, because the government, they have just playing their part, the rest depends on us.
The move was believed to have reignited the aspirations of pupils who were on the verge of dropping out of school. For SLBC, Esther Nene Kamara reporting.
Residents at Calabar Town in the eastern part of Freetown are raising concerns over the lack of a proper dumping site in the community. This, they say, has led to numerous illnesses amongst the residents and unregulated waste disposal within the community. Our intern reporter, Khadija Conte, takes up the story and was read by Christiana Kamara.
The Calabar Town community in the eastern part of Freetown has been battling this problem for years without a space to get rid of their waste and without a waste collection point provided by the local council. Residents in the community pile up their waste along the roadside and waterways, which makes life in the community miserable and very difficult to adapt.
Abdul Mansare and Fatma Takabia, who are both residents and active youth in Calabar Town. We are, however, dissatisfied with the habits of people frequently depositing their waste into the streams where people go to launder their clothes and also do extra work.
We do not have anywhere to throw away our garbage. So for now, we normally allow those in charge of cleaning the community to get rid of it before it gets worse and pollutes the community with an unusual smell.
It is not easy for us living in this community because our gutters are occupied with a lot of unwanted material, and also our compound gets flooded when it rains.
Another resident, Sheku Conte, said they are suffering with serious health challenges because of the non-availability of a dump site or a waste collection point in the community.
The site will be get for in a case step.
Before now, we used to throw our dirt at case step, but the Freetown City Council put a stop to that, and now we have nowhere to throw our dirt. This has made the indiscriminate disposal of waste in the community rampant.
Then take the next neighbor, then they can deposit the other neighbor.
Whilst residents in the community are raising concerns about the non-availability of a dump site and waste collection point, the councillor Umar Bangura lamented on the plans and moves of the council to end the menace in the community.
We get side what we call a hard-to-reach area.
We have some areas which we call hard-to-reach areas by the sea and in the hill area, which the service provider is to provide a mini dumping site accessible to residents by weekly payments. In my ward, the service provider I have is called Echo Spring, covering from Orogu to PMB. I am advising everyone not to give household waste to those claiming to be clean salon because there is a law now that states that non-service providers and their sponsors can pay a 5,000 new loans or serve 6 months in jail for violation.
If they catch that bobo with that dirty where you get, the law say that bobo with all the dirty, now 5 million or 6 months imprisonment.
The growing concerns of residents on waste management in Calabar Town community serve as a clarion call on the Freetown City Council to speed up its plans to end such a menace in the community.
Pedestrians in Freetown have called on authorities and stakeholders to intensify public education on the proper use of the traffic lights across the city. Our intern reporter Elizabeth Molen-Sisse filed in this report.
Although traffic lights have been installed in several parts in the city of Freetown to regulate road safety, many pedestrians still continue to misuse or ignore them. This has raised concern on the frequent traffic congestion, particularly in places like Lumley and Lodge. Jibril Bangura, a pedestrian, explained that there has been some sensitization, but people still have not mastered how the traffic lights operate.
Some of us follow the regulations, alhamdulillah. But for some people, even the likes of us that help them to explain how the lights work. So, we also help with the sensitization. Even we safe now we tell which where the green light show, now we tell now we to our time.
For Soi Conte, a trader at Lumley, he has witnessed an accident which was as a result of the misuse of the street light, adding that some drivers were also impatient.
I think it would be best for police officers to be monitoring, or it will cause a lot of problems because the Okada riders are not patient enough.
Okadas will be say they're so busy. Will be elected the president of the Republic of the country that is running. He's so busy.
He lauded the police for helping pedestrians to cross properly. Hawa Lukule said She noticed that the drivers have mastered the traffic light and called on authorities to help sensitizing them, noting that some commuters are still finding it difficult to understand the traffic light.
The attention not for the one way for cross because myself not understand it.
I still don't understand the meaning of the different colors on the street lights, whether the green is meant for crossing or not. I cross when I see people crossing, so authorities really need to sensitize us more.
They understand when I forgot more, so that we separate.
They believed this will reduce road accident and improve traffic flow in the city.
The Royal Embassy of Saudi Arabia in Sierra Leone has celebrated the 95th National of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which was held at Radisson Blu in Freetown. Every year, the celebrated unification of the kingdom by His Majesty, the late King Abdul Aziz bin Abdurrahman Al Saud, who in 1932 laid the foundation for a united, stable and prosperous country. Ibrahim Samoa reports.
The event was graced by government officials, the diplomatic community in the country, and Saudi nationals of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in Sierra Leone. The celebration was the second the Royal Embassy of Saudi Arabia is observing the day since the opening of the embassy in 2023 in the country. According to Charge d'Affaires of the Royal Embassy of Saudi Arabia in Sierra Leone, Ali Ibrahim Al-Haji, the gathering was hosted to celebrate the unification of the kingdom championed by His Majesty, the late King Abdul Aziz bin Abdul Rahman Al Saud, who in 1932 laid the foundation for a united, stable, and prosperous nation. Ali Ibrahim Al-Haji said the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Sierra Leone had enjoyed 5 decades of strong and deep-rooted bilateral relations and strategy in terms of cooperation in all sectors of development.
This year, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia provided Hajj scholarship and hosted 100 Sierra Leonean pilgrims. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is also supporting and complementing the national development program of the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Freetown, human capital development by providing food items, infrastructural development projects, and political consultations and cooperation at regional and international forums.
Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Frances Al-Ghali, said the two countries have had diplomatic relations since 1971 when Sierra Leone opened its embassy in Jeddah, noting these relations have been strengthened through ongoing cooperation and mutual visits, especially under the Bio-led governments. Both countries, she noted, are committed to deepening bilateral ties through cultural exchange, investment opportunities, and a shared vision for prosperity.
Let me, on behalf of the government and people of the Republic of Sierra Leone, express our sincere thanks and appreciation for the continued support of the Saudi government to the Sierra Leone's education sector by offering both undergraduate and postgraduate scholarships to qualified Sierra Leonean students to study in Saudi universities.
The 95th National Day of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia was climaxed with the cutting of the anniversary cake, which symbolizes solidarity between the two countries. Ibrahim Samura, Freetown.
The National Monitoring and Evaluation Agency, NAMEA, has presented its M&E report on the Quality Essential Health Services and Systems Support Project to the Ministry of Health. The report indicates a significant progress in curbing maternal and child deaths in the project's implementing areas, but does recommend for a number of improvements, including addressing the resource gaps. Suri Kamara covered the launch at the Ministry of Planning, Tower Hill, and now reports.
The report highlights several areas including maternal mortality, child deaths, immunization coverage, and nutrition services. The second and third parts of the report measured the level of health system strengthening in the projects implementing areas and general project management, covering monitoring and evaluation coordination between the project's implementers, partners in health, and IPAO.
The project uses what we call hub and spokes. You may look at the bicycle. The bicycle has got what we call the hub. From the hub, you have the spokes connected to it. So this project uses that model, wherein the hub is a facility that receive all complicated cases. It's being equipped and fortified with manpower, human resource, so that the spokes that are the peripheral health centers around that hub center can refer complicated cases to that spokes, to that head hub.
The findings indicate that Bandajuma in Kailaun district saw nearly 60% in skilled birth attendance in 2023, but Jojoma, also in Kailaun, experienced the lowest. During the period under review, the report stated that Bandajuma, Tihun, and Moriba did not experience any maternal deaths from 2023 to 2025, but Waterloo in the Western Area Rural suffered the heaviest among the 5 districts.
Waterloo has got the highest. Waterloo CAC 2024 reported the highest number of deaths, maternal deaths. You may say why? Because Waterloo is highly crowded area, the facilities overcrowded all the time, So you may talk about that. You may justify that one. Then we have Kurubola. Kurubola 2 reported maternal deaths in 2025. You see, high maternal deaths in 2025.
As a core component of the project, the report further highlighted the critical area of immunization in the 5 beneficiary districts. It comes out as a huge surprise that a community health center in Kurubola, Falaba districts is said to have enjoyed the highest level of immunization coverage than almost the entire community health centers in the other districts in 2024 and 2025. The findings, however, present a positive picture in the area of nutrition in most of the districts. Although it is a draft report, the findings provoked a wider and sometimes heated discussion among officials from the Ministry of Health and NAMIA.
I was really expecting from the presentation that will help us dive into data more the result that you presented, because what we've not seen the methodology that you use. So methodology has to do with that, because even from the presentation, you see, you don't know who is implementing this or that. Because if we will have understanding methodology, or maybe you do your text review from the project document, we will have understand the various partners implementing this and all those kind of things.
To me, the best thing as we are doing it, let's give as much information as we can to get the right thing out. This is not final, we have to finalize it. This is like almost a step to finalization.
The National Monitoring and Evaluation Agency, or NAMIA, is charged with the monitoring and evaluation on government and donor-funded projects. The Deputy Director General of NAMIA, Paul James Allen, said the current project is part of several others they had recently assessed spanning across various MDAs.
Since last year, we have been working with the United Nations Development Fund as part of their country program this year, which is called Transforming Sierra Leone, Evidence-Based Pathways to Sustainable Future. As part of that, NAMIA was selected to monitor 10 development interventions across MDAs. This project we see today is part of the 10 projects that were selected. The first phase of that project, of that intervention, the monitoring the first phase has ended with 4 additional projects from NACSA, Ministry of Youth Ministry of Works, and Ministry of Agriculture.
The Quality Health Services and System Support Project is a $60 million initiative launched in 2022 that is aimed to reduce maternal and child deaths in Bon, Tonkolili, Kailahun, Falaba, and Western Air rural districts. Suri Kamara, SLBC News, Freetown.
The civil society organizations on pandemic preparedness and response, led by CISMAT Sierra Leone, has developed an advocacy policy brief for the integration of gender, human rights, equality, last-mile communities, and CSOs into pandemic preparedness and response, including One Health framework. The document is said to be a guide which addresses the gap of exclusion of key population in pandemic preparedness and response. The document was presented to newsmen at a news conference held in Freetown. Jonathan Turner reports.
The policy brief presented evidence and practical recommendations for integrating these elements into pandemic preparedness and response, and the One Health framework emphasizing sustainable partnerships with communities and civil society organizations. A coalition member, Hai Ben Alpha, who read the policy brief, said pandemic preparedness in the country was constrained by weak frameworks, gender, equity, human rights, and last-mile community inclusion. He added that integrating these elements into the One Health ecosystem will be feasible, cost-effective, and enhances health service utilization, community trust, and STEM resilience.
We want to integrate gender, equity, and human rights, improve health system efficiency and community compliance and early reporting. Evidence from other countries show that engaging last-mile communities and civil society strengthen pandemic response outcome. Fragmented civil society and community activities reduce the effectiveness and inclusivity of the public of the pandemic preparedness and One Health interventions. We came out with very strong policy recommendations such as human rights and social inclusion.
National Coordinator CIMAT Sierra Leone, Reverend Paul Bangura, told pressmen that the advocacy policy brief was developed under the global funded project in pandemic preparedness and response through community engagements. He said the project was designed to build the capacity of community on pandemic preparedness, key population, and civil society organizations.
Of course, there was also lack of knowledge of CSOs, community, key population, to understand what at this framework. For example, we have what is called the SPA. The SPA tool is a state party annual reporting. I don't know whether we are aware of what is called the SPA tool, or what we call the G, the Joint Internal Evaluation, GE, that is used to assess the benchmarks, the health system in each country. So these documents were, CSOs were not in favor of those documents. So what we did was to do a capacity training for civil society across districts.
Integrating gender, human rights, equity, last-mile communities, and civil society organizations into pandemic preparedness and World Health framework is both urgent and achievable. For SLBC News, Jonathan Turner reporting.
Now to a health story. The National Civil Registration Authority has met with officials from the Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization to address the critical challenges and opportunities in improving death registration and certification across Sierra Leone. Esther Sako reports.
Death registration is said to be a cornerstone for public health planning, resource allocation, and effective policy making. However, experts say Sierra Leone continues to grapple with low completeness rates in death registration, particularly in rural areas where many deaths occur at home and go unreported. According to data presented during the session, completeness rates have fluctuated, with only about 13.1% of deaths registered in 2024, underscoring the need for urgent interventions. The gathering was also seen as an important step towards strengthening Sierra Leone's civil registration and vital statistics system, which was said to be vital for disease surveillance, public health response, and achieving equitable health outcomes for all citizens.
Reliable data is useful to identify and track causes of death, track emerging public health threats, and ensure that health systems are responsive to take measures.
Director General of the National Civil Registration Authority, Mohamed Massakoy, emphasized the need for collective responsibility among institutions, calling for strengthened partnership between health practitioners, local government, and community structures to improve death reporting.
I expect that after these 2 days engagement, we will agree on the clear roadmap, how we'll jointly implement the death reporting mandate. They are health practitioners, they are local authorities that superintend the barriers in communities, and us that record the event and account for it in terms of providing data and certifying the occurrence of death in Sierra Leone.
Director of Primary Health Care, Ministry of Health, Dr. Brahma Kamara, reiterated that death monitoring is inherently multi-sectorial.
The formation of this group, I think, will also assist us for accurate reporting, and also can use that data for decision-making.
The focal person, Directorate of Policy, Planning and Information, Ministry of Health, Emanuela Anderson, said it was crucial to have gender-sensitive approach in death registration. She noted that female deaths are often underreported due to socio-cultural dynamics and the financial implications of death registration. During the session, it was highlighted that the introduction of an electronic securitized registration and certification system launched in February 2022 would be vital as well. This new system integrates manual death records with electronic data linked to the national identification number, reducing duplication and fraud while improving record keeping. Director of Vital Statistics and Research, National Civil Registration Authority, Dr. Sayambasu, said several pressing challenges still remain, including the shortage of trained medical practitioners authorized to certify causes of death, public awareness gaps regarding the importance of death certificates. The session concluded with a commitment to leveraging local government structures, health sector partnerships, academic institutions, and community organizations to ensure timely, accurate, and inclusive death registration. Slbc News, Esther Sako reporting.
Dozens of pupils at the St. Augustine Agricultural School, Lunge, have received bicycles from the Village Bicycle Project to help pupils get to school on time. The donation made recently to pupils at the St. Augustine Agricultural Secondary School in Lunge aims to reduce long walking distances that cause lateness. The project, led by Abdul Karim Kamara and supported by Oakdale Via Bikes for the World, provides free, well-serviced bicycles and training on maintenance to support education and improve lives. Joy and Dumbia has more.
In the hard-to-reach communities like Rotifun, Lunge, and Wasaya, many school children face the daunting task of walking several miles each day just to get to class. These long distances often result in tiredness, missed lessons, and in some cases, students dropping out of school entirely. This has been the reality for pupils like Anefa Dumbuya and SS3 Science 1 pupils at the St. Augustine Agricultural Secondary School, who wake up early to do house chores and then walk for miles to school. Moses Isse, an SS2 science pupil, expressed gratitude, stating that coming late used to make them miss the first period. Sometimes they had to work on the farm before school and couldn't afford transport.
I stay all the way at
down Soktar at around the garden part, and it's too far. The distance is too far to wake up at around 5 o'clock, even do my house chores. Even at that, most of the time I still do late because to walk, and not all the time my parents can afford transport because they have to give me lunch and they have to give me transport, and it's not easy.
To address this pressing challenge, the Village Bicycle Project Sierra Leone, in partnership with VIA for the World and local stakeholders, has donated 41 well-serviced bicycles to support pupils in rural areas. The initiative, led by Abdul Karim Kamara, CEO and Country Director of Todi Lunsar and Village Bicycle Project Sierra Leone, aims to provide affordable and sustainable transportation to children who travel long distances to access education.
Students have dropped out of school because of transportation. Imagine walking 10-15 miles every day, and some of them, they don't even have breakfast, or not talking about lunch. So walking that long distance always causes problem for them to come school late and for them not to make their grades to promote to the next level. But with bikes, it can help to cut down their commute and help improve their health and help improve their academic performance in general.
The bicycle, which typically costs 2,500 leones, are now be given out free of charge to the most disadvantaged pupils, especially those living in remote areas such as Wotifunk, located 4 miles from the school. The program also includes maintenance training so the pupils can properly care and prolong the life of the bikes. Peter Mustafa, a teacher at the school, said the lateness has been one of the major reasons affecting the output of pupils in the school, stating the project is not only about mobility but also responsibility. He noted that the school's commitment to providing a sustainable lot and locks and identification tags to ensure security and accountability.
Every child having a bicycle must have a lock. That's one of the guarantee. You have the lock, you come to school, and then you do it, and then you have a parking lot. Before moving any bicycle, of course, the gatesman will ask you if it's a village bicycle project. They will seize it without my pass. Yes, we'll seize it because from here I'm going to find a tag on all of the bicycles. In and out, I'll be able to monitor them.
Beyond education, the bicycle are also helping the people support their families with farm work, enabling them to complete chores more quickly and effectively. For students like Anifa and Moses, a bicycle is more than a ride to school. It's a path towards academic success, dignity, and hope. For SLBC, Joy and Dumbuya reporting.
We are watching user coming to you live from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation on Channel 31. We continue with more stories. As part of their aim to strengthen response to gender-based violence and protection services in the Sierra Leone Police, the Family Support Unit has concluded a baseline study validation with FSU officials from across the country. Sulaman Babatouye has the story.
It's my privilege, singular honor and privilege, to declare this validation workshop open, and I wish you a very happy deliberation. Thank you.
The family support units of the Sierra Leone Police have been an important sector in policing that addresses domestic issues. However, they have been faced with challenges in achieving their goals, hence the study. In the findings, limited awareness among rural communities, FSU presence not evenly distributed across districts, delay in case handling, inadequate follow-up, lack of female officers, training, infrastructure and logistics, case management and referral pathways, interagency coordination and accountability mechanisms were identified as challenges undermining the effectiveness of the FSU. Despite these challenges, the head of FSU, Superintendent Mohammed S.Y. Mansari, said they were working hard to execute their duty.
I believe after this baseline assessment, I promise and I am assuring the entire populace and the nation at large that the FSU will match up to their expectations with regards to everything that they were crying down the family supports about.
IGP William Fayaselu expressed his passion to address issues affecting women women and children in the country. He said FSU holds a special place in his heart. He commended the Family Support Unit officers for their efforts despite the challenges they are faced with. IGP admonished all present to be honest with their inputs so they could succeed in their transition from force to service.
One is going to serve as a guide, a strategic guide to what happens in the FSU. It is from this session that we are going to map the road ahead, what happens next, how you are going to get partners, how you are going to build new partnerships, how you are going to strengthen existing partnerships so that it can enhance your job.
IGP also spoke about sections in the new Criminal Procedure Act that concern the work of FSU and encouraged all to be reading so they could be knowledgeable and able to execute their duties properly. The Rainbow Initiative supported the study to identify gaps in the FSU so they could address them. SLBC News, Sulaiman Babatue reporting.
It's now time for a segment, beginning with the international news. Welcome to the international news. I am Aminata Fofana. Ukrainian President Zelensky says Putin will keep driving the Ukraine war deeper and wider unless he is president of Ukraine. As he addresses the UN General Assembly, he calls for countries to work together as peace depends on all of us, he says. There are no real security guarantees except friends and weapons, adding that the world is living through the most destructive arms race in human history. Zelensky was speaking after US President Donald Trump shifted his position on the Russia-Ukraine war, saying for the first time that Ukraine could win all of its land back. Russia responded diplomatically to Trump's comments, but also claimed it was more beer than paper tiger. Malawi's President Lazarus Chakwera has accepted that he lost last week's election. He says he has phoned ex-President Peter Mutharika to congratulate him and the vote announced so far. Mutharika has got about 66% of the votes compared to Chakwera's 24%. The Election Commission has delayed the announcement of the official results until the evening. Malawians have been anxiously awaiting the final results as the election was held 8 days ago. The Election Commission says it has taken its time to ensure the results are accurate, but incumbent President Chakwera's party had complained of serious anomalies during the counting process. At least 6 of the 11 West Africans deported to Ghana as part of the US crackdown on immigration have been transferred to Togo. Their lawyers said the group was in the process of suing Ghana's government to prevent their further deportation amid concerns over their safety. We can confirm that 6 were sent to Togo. The others have been sent to countries which I can't disclose at this point. Lead lawyer Oliver Baba Vomawo told the BBC. Only 3 of those sent to Togo are Togolese. The nationalities of the others have not been disclosed. The deportees' lawyers have subsequently withdrawn their case against the Ghana government as it has been overtaken by events. However, they are still pursuing a separate case, arguing that their rights have been violated. The lawyers said the deportations had made it impossible for the authorities to bring them before the courts or justify their detention. Italy's defense minister has condemned what he said was an overnight drone attack by unidentified perpetrators on a flotilla trying to breach Israel's naval blockade of Gaza to deliver aid. Guido Crosetto also said he had ordered an Italian Navy frigate to head towards the 52 boats in the global Sumud flotilla, which was mostly off the coast of Crete to assist Italian citizens on board. The GSF said several boats reported explosions and unidentified objects being dropped, as well as drones overhead and communications jamming. It accused Israel of a dangerous escalation. Israel's government has not commented, but it has previously said it will not let the flotilla reach its destination. In his comeback appearance on US television, Jimmy Kimmel struck a tone of sorrow for his controversial comments following Charlie Kirk's death
without saying sorry, and went on to make clear he would refuse to be cowed by his critics, chiefly Donald Trump. Referencing last week's remarks that led to his brief suspension by Disney, the late-night talk show host stopped short of an apology as his own show returned on Tuesday. Kimmel chose his words carefully as he said he accepted that some people felt his remarks about Kirk's death had been ill-timed or unclear, or maybe both, and told them, "I get why you are upset." Last week, the host made a clumsy connection between the man suspected of shooting the conservative influencer earlier this month and the MAGA gang, and joked that Trump's reaction was akin to how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish. That is the international news.
Many thanks to Aminata Fofana for that latest updates on the international news. Away from there, let's move over to our business news.
Hello and welcome to Business Update. This segment brings you the insight in business and its contribution towards positively impacting the economy. I'm Moses Conte. In today's edition, Waterloo Tombo Market struggles with overcrowding and safety concerns. The Waterloo Tombo Market in the Western Rural District has become a growing concern for traders, customers and residents. Overcrowding, poor infrastructure and unsafe trading conditions have left many pleading with government authorities to intervene. For more on that, let's join our reporter Aminata Bangura, who has the story.
This is Tombo Market in Waterloo, Western Area Rural District, where people go to purchase food condiments for cooking and others. On a daily basis, this area is seen to be overcrowded because of the barrage of things sold and the relatively low prices at which they are sold. Despite the huge contributions of these markets towards the local economy in WASSCE, traders are struggling for space to sell as there is no proper market structure, forcing many to sell on the streets. They sell on muddy grounds, tight corners, with vehicles also plying the routes, posing serious threats to their safety. Coupled with the above-mentioned issues is a dilapidated drainage bridge, forcing people to walk through water or risk falling into the drainage. Memunatu Bangura, a trader, shared her challenges and frustration.
We suffer here. The place is too tight. They say that we are pleading right now. They pray for we. We're don't block out the scatter me market. The government let intervene. So we market sector done. They must start their let intervene way for we.
For Chairlady Memunatu Kamara, the overcrowding has become a public safety issue.
Accident because this market will not get stagnant market right now.
Accidents happen frequently because traders are forced to sell on the streets. If there was a proper market, nobody will sit outside. Waterloo population is growing and we need a bigger and permanent market space.
Authorities at the markets admitted to the challenges. Mohamed Bailo Kamara is the chairman of the petty traders at Tombo Park Market.
The market will get where the cash run bill for we up to now in order to engage. The market will get where the cash run bill for we
for us has not been handed over. Instead, it has become a dwelling place for pushballs. Even the area meant for garbage has been transformed into a market space for other dealers to move in. But it has not yet been cleared. We are asking government to send a caterpillar to clear it so that traders can use the space and avoid the vehicle passage.
Customers too, like Kadiatu Williams, say moving around the market is a nightmare for them, noting that shopping at the market has become both uncomfortable and unsafe for them. As the population of Waterloo Market continues to grow, Traders and customers alike are pleading with the government authorities to urgently provide a safer, bigger and permanent market structure to ease the suffering at Tombo markets. For SLBC News, Aminata Bangura reporting.
Many thanks to you, Aminata Bangura, for that story. Well, that's all we can share in today's edition of Business Update. I've been your presenter, Moses Conte. Keep watching.
Many thanks to our business desk for that update. Well, it's now time for entertainment news.
Hello and welcome to exciting entertainment news with me, Abdul Mansari. In this edition of entertainment news, Al-Mansar is set to represent Sierra Leone on Mr. Africa International 2025 in Nigeria. And of course, we have Stasi releases video of new song titled Doli. Al-Mansar, a Sierra Leonean model and a social media influencer, first captured national attention by winning Mr. Housemate in 2022, one of Sierra Leone's most popular reality TV shows. Almon will be competing in the Mr. Africa International 2025 scheduled to take place in Lagos, Nigeria from the 1st to the 8th of November. This lap in his modeling career has been linked to his outstanding performances over the years, like taking the 3rd place, Best Photogenic and Most Outspoken Male Model at Mr. Glam International 2021, followed by proudly representing Sierra Leone at Mr. International 2022 in the Philippines. He also made history as the first Sierra Leonean model ever nominated in Asia as Best Model 2021. And now, Almon has set his sights on his next milestone, capturing the Mr. Africa International stage in 2025. Wow, that was a great move indeed, Almon. Keep it up. We'll definitely be here to throw our own support. Finally, popular Sierra Leonean female hip-hop star Linda Samai, aka Stasi, has finally released the video of her new song titled Doli. The video, which has been out for just 3 days, has gained over 11,000 views on YouTube with over 1,200 likes. The video depicts typical Sierra Leonean culture. This incredible growth shows how loved she is by fans and music lovers. In that spirit, reality TV show star Majo Bona danced to the song and posted it on her Facebook page. Incredible dance moves indeed, and the video is superb and classic. Keep it up, Stasi. Keep producing high-rated videos. Well, that's all we have in this edition of Entertainment News, and I've been your presenter, Abdul Mansari. Bye-bye.
Well, many thanks to our entertainment desk for that exciting report. And now for our final segment, let's join our sports desk.
Time will write the final script in every endeavor. It's the sporting updates that brings you the very best in sporting information. And in today's edition, Sierra Leone's U17 girls are on the verge of making history as they look set to secure their maiden U17 girls Wafuhe title in Liberia. We engaged the captain of Sierra Queen, Sierra Bangura, who shared an exciting moment.
Far away. No trouble to the visitors. Senegal in this match. Stay Sierra Leone 0, Senegal 0.
Sierra Leone's U17 women's national team are on the verge of making history at the maiden WAFU-A U17 girls tourney following her hard-fought 1-all draw against Senegal in Monrovia. Asiatou Diouf gave Senegal the lead through the stroke of the first half, but the resilient young queens refused to back down. Ruth Bauer struck an equalizer just 3 minutes before full-time, keeping Sierra Leone firmly in control of their title ambitions. The result leaves Sierra Leone top of the standing with 7 points from 3 matches played. A draw in their final fixture against host Liberia on Thursday will be enough to crown them champions of the inaugural 3-nation competition. Liberia, who have already suffered 2 defeats, are out of contention and remain bottom of the table. Notably, Sierra Leone defeated Senegal 2-1 in their tournament opener, underlining their consistency and determination throughout the campaign. Reacting to the team's progress, Sarah Bangura, captain of Sierra Leone's senior national women's team, praised the performance of the youngsters and urged authorities to continue supporting women's football in the country.
It's like we keep on crying for late preparation, but like I said, we are not affected with that anymore because we're used to it. But if only they can let us prepare early, we can be more, more prepared to play in these games. It was superb, despite the small or little or no better preparation for them. But it was a superb performance, and by the grace of God, they bring in the trophy home.
With 1 match left to play, the young queens stand just a step away from lifting their first ever WAFU-A U17 girls title, an achievement that will mark a significant moment for women's football in Sierra Leone.
In another development, the Sierra Leone Football Association equally has appointed Usman Tomi, otherwise known as Vandasa, the former Leone Stars and Central Parade goalkeeper, as the new chairman of the Premier League Board.
Usman Tomi has been appointed as the new Premier League Board chairman. The executive committee of the Sierra Leone Football Association has confirmed the appointment of former Leone Stars and Central Parade goalkeeper Usman Tomi as the new chairman of the Men's Premier League Board for the 2025-2026 season. Tomi, who enjoyed a distinguished career between the post for both club and country, now takes on the responsibility of steering the nation's top flight competition into a new era. His appointment underscores the FA's commitment to involving former players in leadership and developmental roles within Sierra Leonean football. The Men's Premier League remains one of the most important competitions in the country and serving as a platform for nurturing talent and promoting the game nationwide. With the new season approaching, expectations are high that Tomi's experience and leadership will bring renewed energy and direction to the league's administration.
The Sierra Leone Football Association has announced the last fixtures in the World Cup qualifying for the 2026 FIFA Showpiece, while the Stars of Sierra Leone will be up against the Stallions of Burkina Faso on the 8th of October at the SKD Sports Complex in Liberia. And after that, they will face Djibouti on the 12th of October in Morocco. And that ends your update, and thank you so much for watching. See you next time.
Many thanks to Abdul Kabir for that sports update. Now to end the news, the main points again. Thousands of pupils lauded government after the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education confirmed to them that government has paid in full their private WASSCE fees because they could not write the May to June WASSCE 2025. Residents at Calabar Town in the eastern part of Freetown have raised concerns over the lack of a dumping site in their locality. This, they said, posed a serious threat to their health. And a heavy traffic occurred in the western part of Freetown after a 40-foot container truck lost control and blocked the road between King Tom Roundabout and Ascension Town Road in the morning hours of Wednesday, September 25. Well, that's all we have time for in this morning edition of News Hour from the SLBC. I am Esther Susanit Basti. Thanks for watching. Continue to stay glued. Up next is our Good Morning Sierra Leone program. Keep watching.
We are the national broadcaster, and I am Sulaiman Baba Toure, a reporter and presenter at the SLBC. Your voice,